Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is going to be like the first video in which I'll be talking about something like this, and I feel that this is one topic which is really important and which is really close to my heart. And it is something that I feel all the girls of my age and girls who are younger than me, I'm also very young, honestly, but yet I have had some good experiences, some really bad experiences. All of it has left some imprint on me and has shaped me some way. So it has all taught me something. So I am here sharing all that with all of you. And at least, if not people older than me, then people younger than me can get help from this. But I don't know why. I think most of my audience, they are people like aged people, they are older people. And I don't know why, because I make study vlogs and students should be watching study vlogs. Like, why are people aged between 25 and 35 watching study vlogs? What do you guys have to do with studying? But I think it's okay. It's like cute. I don't know what to say about this, but okay. So today's topic I feel is really important, and it is something that I really want to talk about because I have experienced this really closely. So it is actually about confidence, and I think I know that there's a lot of hype and a lot of stuff available on the internet related to confidence revolving around this topic. I've seen a lot of videos, even a lot of videos come on my feed relating to how you can become confident or how you can become a confident teenager, a confident girl, a confident woman, how to be, that girl, how to be that woman. But in this video I'm not here to like give any such advices on how you can become confident. I'm just here to share my journey related to confidence, how I became confident, how I used to think it starts from how I used to think that I'm confident, and then how I was disillusioned, how I understood that I wasn't really actually confident, not really confident. It was all superficial. And then I built up real confidence. I built up real confidence. And now I'm really confident. So I'll just share my journey with all of you. And if ever at some point you can take up something from it, if you can learn something from it, please do. Because I feel that it is really important to listen to other people's story carefully, because if you listen carefully, then you can actually take up a lot of things, you can actually learn a lot, and then next time you do not have to make the same mistakes. I'm not sharing any tips here because, see, I feel that something like building confidence, there are few basics, but I feel that these things, these are your journey towards your higher self. This is your journey towards becoming your best version, your best self, your journey towards self actualization or building self esteem, whatever. Everybody has a different journey. Everybody evolves in a different way. And I'm no one to sit here in front of some camera in some distant place and give some random teenage girl, boy, or a middle-aged woman or a middle-aged man advice on how to become confident, because everybody has a different way of gaining confidence. This is what I feel. There are few basics, but everybody evolves differently. So let's start with my journey. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do. This is the first time that I'm ever saying this because I really want to build a community, not a community like I don't want to be an influencer or something, but I want to build a peaceful community which feels like home, which is positive, which is where we can share all these things, a journey towards growth, how we are growing, what we are learning, all of that. So let's start with my journey. So I have always been that confident child, that confident kid. There would be this one kid who is always the first to take up things, who will always be the first one to participate in activities, who will always be the first one to get on the stage, who will always be the first one to voice out their opinions or come forward to participate in anything. So I was always that kid, and that mostly I think that was mostly because of the kind of parenting that I got. My parents, I was really extremely lucky in this case. Okay, my parents have been really motivating, they've been really encouraging since my childhood. They've been really encouraging. So because of that, because I had that positive environment and that positive support from my parents, I could be confident. But not everybody gets that environment. Not everybody has those kind of parents, that kind of parents. But I had, luckily. And this actually somewhere also makes you realize that your environment, your parents, relatives, friends, family, all of this plays a crucial role in building your confidence at an early age, which we also study. So I used to be really confident. I would be the first one always in my class who would raise her hand, who would ask questions even when everyone else hesitated. And everybody thought, oh, she's so perfectly confident. My teachers, my classmates, my friends, my relatives, because I did showcase confidence. But in the last few years, I realized that much of that confidence was external, superficial, because that confidence didn't come from inside. It didn't come from knowing that um, I do not have to fit any standards. It came from external validation. It came from my parents supporting me, my parents appreciating my efforts, or my teachers applauding me, or my classmates applauding me. So it came from external sources. It wasn't internal. It wasn't me knowing that I'm the best, or it wasn't me knowing that if I walk into the room, I'll do my best and I do not have to fit into some standards. It wasn't that. It was basically coming from other people. If they applauded me, if they appreciated me, I would feel, हाँ भाई. And because of that, because I needed that validation, that is the reason I would participate in a lot of things. That is the reason I would be the first one to get on the stage. Definitely, one of the other reasons was that I used to love talking. I still love talking. Look at me now. I have been sitting in front of the camera for the last like 9 or 10 minutes and talking constantly. So that was another reason, but let's just keep that aside. So because I wanted that appreciation, that is why most of my actions were directed to get that appreciation. But recently, a lot of things happened with me. Okay, so many things happened in the past few years, past 2 3 years. A lot of things happened, and that actually made me become someone else. Matlab, if I have to look back now, 3 years back, I was completely different person, and now when I'm sitting here, I'm a totally different person. I've grown up so much, and I'm so proud of myself for that because I have gone through some really bad shit, and I'm still here, and I am better as a person. I'm more generous. I am even more kind. I'm even more helping, and I am more self-aware. I'm more self-confident, more self-assured, and I think that is really great. So what actually happened was that this external source, be it my parents, be it my teachers, all the people who gave me validation and whose validation I used to seek and then feel confident because of that, confident, it all went away suddenly because a few things happened. I don't know exactly what happened or what went wrong, but not a lot from my parents' side. My parents were still supportive, thoda kam, but yeah, they were still. But my teachers, my parents were supportive, thoda kam bhi nahi keh sakte. They were still supportive, they were still encouraging. They were also stressed out because of a few things, so they could not be present for me all the time like they used to be earlier. So I also learned to become independent and to take care of my own emotions. Though I got some really good help from one of my friends, 2 3 of my friends who were really sweet and encouraging during this time. So and my teachers, I don't know what happened or what went wrong with the teachers, but something did, and then they started gossiping about me, and rumors were there everywhere, and it really broke me, it really disheartened me. And then in 11th grade, I became the head girl of my school. Now, nobody thought that I would become the head girl, okay? Because I would say they underestimated me, and that kind of hurt my ego. And then I remember I campaigned all around the school. I went around all classes, and I really created a contact with all the students, especially the juniors, because I knew that if I can win, I can win only by creating a good intimate connection with the juniors. I went there and I did all that, and then I became the head girl. And then things went all unexpected. Like people, they started talking bad. They started talking really bad, and there was such rumors and stuff. I don't know why, and I know that there must be 70% more, which I am still unaware of. Like I'm only aware of the 30% stuff. And then they started within the council, school council. There was a lot of division. There were literally like 2 3 groups within the council, and the head boy and his gang, they became the prominent ones, much closer to the school authorities. So I decided, and the other people in the council, we decided to just back off. And also, we were not given as many opportunities, we were not given as much attention. So at that time, my confidence, it took a toll because things were not really good at my home because of a few reasons. Bahar bhi, like even in my school, things were going really bad, even worse than it was at my home, and I could not ask my parents for support because they needed my support at that time. I was like really suffering back then, and I still question myself, how did I make it through all that? But I did, and I'm again really proud of myself for that. So back then, like in my school, I was tried to pull down. I was teased. I was not exactly teased, but indirectly I was talked about in a bad way, in a derogatory way. Literally opportunities were squeezed out of my hand, and I then started questioning my worth. I started questioning myself. I started questioning whether I lack something. Is it me who's not enough? Was I really not worthy to be here? Was I really not worthy to be doing this? Did they make a mistake? All of these questions, all these negative questions I started asking myself, and all the negative thoughts I started having in my head. And at that time, I could not go and ask anyone for support. But it was at that moment, the whole 11th grade went like this, and I really suffered. My mental health was like really bad, and because of that, even my physical health was really bad. And then in 12th grade, when 12th grade was about to begin, and when it began, at that point, I realized that actually all the confidence that I had, some few events happened which made me actually realize this, that I always used to feel, and I always used to say, and everybody else used to say to me, that you are really confident. And I used to believe that I'm a really confident person. And I was at some point, but as I said, that it came mostly from external validation. And I used to be that kind of a person who if enters the room, they would be the one who will get a good amount of attention, not because of their beauty or their physical characteristics, no, but because of their nature. I am so bubbly, not with everyone, but with a few people. And when I'm really excited in an event, I'm really excited and happy, then I would be bubbly, and I would be the one speaking out good things and being generous. So I used to shine. Everybody has shine, a different shine. So I used to have mine, and I developed that, and I found my shine at a very young age. Again, it is all because of my parents and my family, and some of the really good teachers I got at a young age. So I realized that all the confidence that I had, it was all superficial. It wasn't as strong. It wasn't deeply rooted inside of me, because एक छोटा सा event हुआ. It wasn't छोटा सा event. It was a really big event, and it was really traumatizing for me because my mental health was ruined, and physically also I started getting sick. And the shine that I had, it's all gone now, and it's getting dim. And then I realized that no, if these people, they're trying to pull me down. It's not my fault. I'm not less. I'm not lacking anything, and I deserve to be here. And then I started kind of putting myself back together, picking up myself and putting myself back together. And then I built real confidence, step by step, one step at a time. But I started telling myself, I started questioning myself, that why do you feel like this? Like, how can some individuals who do not even know you, who do not know your struggles, who do not know your life story, how can they make you feel like that? You are succeeding in life, you're doing something in life, you're achieving something in life. And that is the reason that you're getting people that is the reason you're getting hate. Reason that there are people around you who have started to behave differently with you. Because when I became the head girl, and this is not with everyone, I'm not saying that everyone became different. No. There are some people who are really genuine. If they're bad with you, they'll always be bad with you. Those are real good people. There will be people who, if they're good with you, if they're friends with you, they'll always be friends with you no matter what the circumstances are. But then there are some people who changes, right? And these are the people you have to be really cautious of. And most people that you will get, 98% of people that you get, these are people who will change when your circumstances changes. If your circumstances are good right now, they'll be good with you, or they can be jealous of you, they can be envious of you, or they can be good on your face and then be envious of you behind your back. And then there are people, that 1 or 2% people, who will always stay the same. If they are rude with you, they'll always be rude with you, and those are the people you should be grateful for. तो गिरगिट की तरह रंग बदलने वाले लोगों से सावधान रहें. खैर, so I was questioning myself back then, कि भाई what happened, like why did everybody change, why did everyone suddenly start hating me? Because at that point I was in such conditions now that I thought everyone is hating me, though that is not true. So and then there were people who were plotting up against me, spreading such rumors, and I think this happens with a lot of people. I'm not trying to say that I'm something special. I am special, not denying that, but I'm not trying to say that this is something, some event that is happening with me. I think this happens with everyone at different points in life. So this happened with me at a young age, and I learned quite a lot from that. How I am supporting people when my mental health is ruined, and yet I'm being kind, and that actually gave me so much power at that point of time, and that helped me build my confidence, because I realized that even though I'm going through so much, yet every day I am choosing to be kind to people. I am very selective when it comes to becoming friends or when it comes to having conversation. I do not have long conversations with everyone, but I'm kind with everyone. People might assume from a distance, they might assume that I'm rude because I do not talk to a lot of people. But when they do, when they talk to me, and if they ever need help, then I'm kind. I'm really helpful and generous, because I have been through a phase when I saw that people are really unkind. So I decided to mold myself in a way that if anybody ever has any baggage, they can come. Not that every time they come and I become their dumping ground. I've gone through that also. So you have to actively take yourself out of that situation as well. But otherwise, so and that gave me so much power. And then I started shifting my mindset. I made it more about myself. I actually called all my energy back from all these people. I started to focus on myself. I started to focus on what are my good abilities, what are the things that I love about myself. And I would every day I would constantly remember, consciously I would remind myself what are the things that I love about myself, and what are the things that I really admire about myself. What are the reasons that I really respect myself as a person? If I was a third person, and if I saw my activities, if I saw myself, how would I see myself from a third person perspective? Why would I respect myself from a third person's perspective? And that these questions which I asked myself, now these questions I feel it can be different for everyone. I've never saw YouTube video. I'm really sorry if there is, because I've not watched all the videos. Definitely there are like millions of videos must be there. But all the videos that I've seen, I have never seen somebody suggest that ask yourself these questions. Why would you respect yourself if you were a third person? Or what are the reasons you have to respect yourself? What are the reasons that you have to admire yourself? And see, it's really sometimes, when it comes to confidence, then more than the reasons that you love yourself, what matters is the reasons why you respect yourself. Because if you respect yourself, if in your eyes you're a respectful person, respectable person, who has done nothing wrong, who has not done any evil deed, who has not done wrongful to others, then your confidence actually, I feel, it boosts, because you realize that, hey, I have not done anything wrong and I deserve everything. This is also really important. Like, tell yourself that I deserve everything. For me, doing a good way of doing this was that I started becoming more connected to God. I became more spiritual. During this whole phase, I became spiritual because I had nowhere to go. So I went to God. And I don't know, there must be a few people who are not with this very same mindset. But I became very religious, I became very spiritual, whatever you call it. And I started to realize that in this whole universe, the universe is so big. It's not just our solar system. There are so many solar systems. The universe is so big. And in this whole, if you ever feel underconfident, or you question your value, your worth, just in YouTube search universe, or how the universe was created and how vast the universe is, and you watch it, and then you ask yourself, you question yourself, and in such a vast universe, everything is so minutely detailed, everything is like it's carved, everything is so deliberately made, and in that vast universe you also exist. So if you exist, if you take up some space, you should take that space confidently. You should be confident. You should be not questioning yourself. You should not be questioning your worth. You were created for a reason. And finding that reason is also really important, because that gives you a sense of purpose, that gives you a direction, that gives you a vision, and that actually also somewhere fuels your confidence, because then you feel more self assured. You know what you want in life, you know where you're going. knowing your values, knowing your purpose is really important. If you don't know that yet, then definitely do try to find it out. Universe, you were also created, so there must be some good reason why you were created, why you are there, why you are here. You were born for some reason, and that actually gives you a reason to take up more space, to actively go behind what you want. And if you are in present in this universe, then you deserve everything that you want. And I started to look at it more like I am God's child. This is literally the best way. This helped me so much. And I definitely truly believe in this. That I don't know, some people might believe that it's my coping mechanism, or it might be, I don't know. I never like discuss this with any therapist or a psychologist. They might say so, but for me this really worked. And I don't know if it can work for you as well. Then definitely you might try it out. I started to believe, and this wasn't, I did not start it intentionally कि हाँ ये करते हैं, this will make me feel more confident. No, I started it unintentionally, totally unaware of what I'm doing, because I just felt a connect with him, that I am his child, or his or her child, whatever you want, whichever God you believe in, be it. I feel God is one. That is what I feel. But whatever your beliefs are, just make yourself believe that you are his child or her child, whatever. And if you're his child, her child, the creator of the universe, the one who has created everything, the one who has given life to everything, if that has created you, if that man or that woman has created you, if they have given birth to you, if they've made you, if they've created you, then you have some reason to exist. And if you are the child of the creator, the child of the one who owns everything, all this, then why not be confident? You deserve everything, and nobody is as valuable as you are in his eyes. You are beautiful the way you are. You are capable. You are more capable than you think. You have everything that you need. You don't have to impress everyone. You don't have to be liked by everyone. You are worthy of everything. You are his child. You're worthy of everything. You don't need external validation. You don't need other people to tell you what they want you to be like. You don't need all that. You don't need others applauding you. You applaud yourself. He applauds you. The universe applauds you. Whenever you succeed, they get happy. The universe, these energies, whatever you want to call it, the nature, the God, they get happy. You get happy. And that is what matters. Nobody else matters. If I have some purpose in my heart, I'll go behind that. If I have some really strict values, I know who I am. And that gives you confidence. Another thing I feel is that you fulfill the promises that you make to yourself. That is also really important. A promise, if you've given a word to yourself, please fulfill it. I do not mean something that is, don't give yourself some promise that is like really impossible. And don't mean that nothing is impossible or a mindset. A few things take time. If I make a promise to myself, I'll become a millionaire tomorrow, that's not possible. You cannot become a millionaire in one day. You can become a millionaire in 1 year or 10 years maybe, depending on a lot of, again, situations. Make practical promises, make good promises to yourself, and then keep those promises. I feel affirmations are really helpful, but if affirmations feel fake, even though you should definitely try those out, then what I started doing was that I would just admire myself everywhere that I went. I would get ready for no reason and I would admire myself. When I used to wake up in the morning, some people are like, "Kaise dikh rahi ho?" But I used to be like, "Oh, I'm looking so beautiful, like the heroine touch," things like this. So in the beginning, you might feel that certain gear, but slowly and gradually, it actually becomes a habit. Admiring yourself, it actually becomes routine, and then it becomes so habitual that you start doing it daily, and every day when you do it, you feel good. So all these things I feel, and then I think becoming confident is a journey. It's not that everybody has to go through, not everybody goes through the same path. It's a skill that you have to acquire. You have to realize that being confident, being assertive comes from within. If you are self-assured, if you are assured of yourself, if you know yourself, then you will definitely give that confident vibe. If you are questioning yourself, if you are doubting yourself, then that will also be seen, it will also be observed, because people, they realize, they catch that energy. If you are in that doubt wala energy, people around you will definitely capture that. They'll definitely catch it, that this person is not confident. And if you're truly confident, That is, you truly believe in yourself. You know that I can do anything, and you can do anything. You have, again, you've been created for a reason, and you are there existing for a reason. And just being a part of this universe, just being a human in this universe, you have so much power. Being his child, you have so much power. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want for yourself, you can give it to yourself. You just have to make up your mind. Start telling yourself all these things. Start telling yourself that I can get whatever I want, I can achieve whatever I want. So being confident is a journey, and this was my journey. And as I said, that I wasn't here to like share any such rigid tricks or tips with you, because I do not feel that there are any tricks. There are some basics, like I said: admire yourself, respect yourself, find the reasons why you really respect yourself, do affirmations, make it a habit to admire yourself, to give compliments to yourself, get ready for yourself, know that you're worthy. Maybe follow this whole logic that I am the child of the universe, or I'm the child of God, and He is with me, or the universe is with me. And if I'm their child, then I deserve everything and I'm capable of everything. Make this mindset. It is a slow process, it is a gradual process, but slowly you'll just, you slowly you'll pass through it. It's not, see, things like confidence, things like a positive mindset, things like a strong mindset or a stoic mindset, it's not made in one day. I've seen some videos where they're like कि एकदम से हो जाएगा. भाई एकदम से नहीं होगा. These are not things that can happen in a day. You need time. You need to give yourself some time. There are people who try to become confident in a single day. No, that won't happen. You cannot mold yourself into a completely different person with a completely different mindset and personality in just a single day. And then they become even more underconfident and even more depressed, because they, or stressed, whatever, because they could not achieve this in a single day. Nobody achieves it in a single day. You need to give yourself time. Slowly and gradually you become confident. It's not something that is done in a day. And then there is this, definitely a trick that I've heard a lot of people say: fake it till you make it. But I think it cannot work forever. Definitely it's a good start, but do not completely depend upon it, because fake confidence can be sensed by someone who has real confidence, because they know what real confidence is. And people who are fake confident, they are usually insecure people. They become insecure. If you remain in that state, you become insecure, and then you pull other people down. That is what happened with me. There were people around me who have this fake it that they're very confident and self-assured and enjoying their life, but in reality they are people who have so many insecurities. And because they have those insecurities within them, they cannot see another person happy or laughing or smiling. Not only me, be it any other person, they cannot see that person being happy, and they'll try to pull that person down. The moment that person starts becoming happy or succeeding in life or having some opportunities, they'll try and pull that person down. So do not always fake it. Initially do that, but then definitely gradually try to build real confidence. And this video was only particularly because I wanted to share my journey with all of you. You can pick up a few things from here. You can take some lessons from here. It is not some how to guide or how to tutorial how to gain confidence or how to become a confident person, because I do not find myself eligible to sit here and guide people out there by giving them some advices. But what I feel is more important when it comes to these life lessons and life skills is sharing your experiences. When you hear 10 people's experience, you gain so much from that, instead of when you just maybe read 10 tricks or tips. Makes you realize how things really are. Apart from all that utopian world, you come out of that illusionary world, and you realize that real people with real problems and real emotions and real personality, what have they faced, and how have they become the way, how have they learned that life skill, and now how that life skill is helping them. I think you learn more from that. And if you have a similar story to share, then definitely do. And if you have any advices or any suggestions to make, then you can obviously share that as well. Also, if you have any such other topic in mind which you want a video on, maybe, or some advice on, maybe in a shorter video, because next time I'll try to make it crisp, then definitely you can also put that down in the comment section. And yeah, be confident, know that you're worthy of everything, make promises to yourself and fulfill those promises, do things for yourself, and know that you exist for a reason. Know your purpose, and that is enough. You don't have to be liked by everyone. You like yourself, God likes you, you're a good person. That is what matters. Thank you.